This was an epic performance by Darius Acuff, and I foolishly said last week, move over Darius Acuff. You're not going to win SEC Freshman of the Year. He might not win SEC Freshman of the Year because he might win the Player of the Year. He absolutely played like a true superstar, and we've talked with Courtney Mims about this guy, about what John Calipari likes out of this guy. He just seems to play with an even-keeled approach. 49 points. 1 point shy of 50 points. You see the record there. The most points in an SEC game in Arkansas history. He was just unbelievable yesterday.
I mean, the records don't even stop there. It's the most points by an Arkansas freshman in program history.
Right.
Again, 49 points, only shot the ball 27 times, too.
Right, yeah.
It's not like he shot it 30-plus times and scored 49 points. 11 of 12 at the line is second most points in Arkansas history. If he hit that three-pointer there at the end, it would have been the most in Arkansas history. But I'm very tempted right now to make a controversial take.
Okay.
I almost want to say he's the best guard that Calipari's ever coached.
Ooh.
Because do you remember SGA, Tyrese Maxey, and some of these other guys?
I was literally about to say there's a lot of guys that ended up shining in the NBA that I don't really remember their dominance in the college ranks. I'm trying to think. Devin Booker, maybe. I remember him at Kentucky. Derrick Rose at Memphis.
But, I mean, you're talking about a dude who's a freshman.
Right.
Who is on the road at Coleman Coliseum. Not a lot of players have too much success there.
Right.
It's never like you don't see almost 50 burgers every night.
Right.
I just don't know if I can. That might be recency bias.
But I do think, I was trying to rattle off some people in my head, but I think you bring up a good point that I think a lot of our views are clouded by what we saw them do in the pros. Like we saw SGA shine in the pros.
Yeah, like take away pros in general.
Right.
Because Cal is not coaching these guys in the professional leagues.
Yeah, right. For the most part, it's 6 months.
This take is specifically college basketball only. So these guards that were at Kentucky, and then, I mean, the only guard he really coached last year was Boogie Fland, and we see how he's been panning out there in Florida. So, like, I just don't know.
I think it's a strong point.
You could definitely make a case for it.
You could definitely make an argument for it. And it looks like he is ascending right now as one of the best players, if not the best player in the country right now. John Calipari did speak after the game. We talked about the foul trouble. 3 Arkansas guys fouled out of this basketball game. That bench was so very thin, especially late. Let's hear from Coach Cal on foul trouble.
I don't want to talk about the fouls and all that because I don't want to get in trouble. Give Alabama credit. They fought till the very end. Give my team credit. They fought. I told them after, I'm proud of you. Fought. Never gave up. We had a chance right down to the end. And you have a guy, we keep saying, he likes going left. And he kept going left. And he kept going left. And they kept calling fouls. And he kept going left. So, we know they tried to switch up the pick and roll stuff to slow Darius down. I think he had 50, so I don't, they did some good stuff, and we had to adjust, and we had to put Billy and stuff, and, but fouling guys out, that's going to hurt this team. And you know that, everybody. Watching the game, doing the game. We call a lot of fouls like that in a rough game. We're going to be down to 2 and the rent is due.
He's always so good for a natural quote. One correction here. Patrick actually corrected me. I was looking at the starters. 3 starters fouled out, but 4 total players fouling out in the game. You hardly see multiple starters foul out or multiple players foul out in college basketball games. It's really rare to see just because a lot of times they're on minutes restrictions and stuff like that. But I was also listening to our good friend Jim Dunaway. They have a show that they do in the morning, and one of the segments that I just got a chance to hear, obviously Jim Dunaway's he's not a basketball historian, but he's been around for a very long time, and he said this is one of, if not the best performance he has seen, up there with Pistol Pete. When LSU came to Alabama, I think he dropped, it's like 2 good games. I think he dropped 60-plus once and 57 in another game. He said basically shy of those performances, and probably with the degree of difficulty of the guards this day and age might be as good or better than some of those performances. I mean, shout out Darius Acuff, because that was something that if you're a fan, even if you're a fan of Alabama, you walked away from that game saying, wow, I just watched one of the best performances I've seen in college hoops.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can't hate on the guy after that, because all you can do is just respect it. I mean, pretty much averaged a point a minute, ended up playing 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He played every single minute of the game. So
right.
I hope he got the Epsom salt bath going last night. You know, I hope he got the nice cold tub after the game.
Right.
Because him and Brazil were the only two guys that started that didn't end up fouling out, and they played a combined 97 minutes.
Wow.
Pringle fouled out in the first overtime. I think Malik Thomas and Billy Richmond both fouled out in the second overtime. But, I mean, it definitely showed up in the end. But you have to give Arkansas all the credit in the world, just basically holding on for dear life in that one.
Right.
When you, as you mentioned, you had two guys that came in, I think played maybe a combined 16 minutes all season.
Right.
I mean, these are guys that are probably barely scholarship players. You're almost getting to the walk-ons at this point.
Right.
And you could definitely tell that they were kind of nervous out there. So it was really, it was pretty easy to defend them, because you knew it was going to be in Acuff's hands. And when it wasn't, he was always giving it up to Brazil. I remember the nice slam down low in double overtime last night for Brazil. So, I mean, once you get down to that, it's just you need a miracle. Mm-hmm. And they almost got it from Acuff in the end. But I would say I don't think anybody's topping this performance. Josh Hubbard almost did last night.
Oh, yeah, he almost did.
Yeah. And nobody's really talking about it, but he almost did. But nobody is eclipsing 50 points this season.
I was literally about to say, there's very few things I can assure. But I do think next Monday, when the press release comes out from the SEC, that Darius Acuff is going to be the player of the week. Now, something could happen crazy on Saturday, and
he could score 2 points.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or
no, actually
goes off, or whoever.
He has to have it locked up.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if he doesn't play on Saturday. He's got to lock it up.
Right. I mean, the only other case you can make is Hubbard, who had a phenomenal game against
Hubbard would
Auburn.
have to score 40 again.
Right. If he does, then that could be it. But considering everything, I think he's a shoe-in, a lock for SEC Player of the Week.